Hi guys, what's up? Natasha here. Welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I wanted to show you guys this makeup look that I've been obsessed with. It's just a super effortless, natural, glowy makeup look. It's super quick to do, and I don't know, I just really like it. So I thought I would show you guys. This look I've been wearing a ton on Instagram. It's just like super natural and easy and glowy and just enhancing your natural features that you already have. So if you guys want to see how I get this makeup look, then just keep watching. Starting off, the first thing that I always do is apply moisturizer, and this has been my current favorite. It's the Reboost Moisturizer by My Clarins. It's a new line that Clarins came out with, and I'm pretty obsessed with it. For foundations, normally I would go in and mix two shades because I feel like one shade, honestly, never really is a true match. I usually take two. This is my absolute favorite foundation right now. It's not really a foundation, it's a CC cream, but it's from IT Cosmetics. It's the Your Skin But Better CC cream. I'm absolutely in love with this. So recently I've been mixing light and fair, but since I'm self-tanned, I think I'm just gonna go in with light and hope that it works. I'm taking my little, it's not a beauty blender, it's like a Real Techniques sponge. So as you can see on my skin, I have no active breakouts, but I do have a lot of discoloration. I just tend to get very red very easily, so that's why you can kind of see a little of the redness. So I definitely like to cover that up. I forgot that I need to put my mirror here. Never forget to swipe a little bit on your ear. You don't have to like put foundation on your ear, but like just swipe it a little. And then always blend down the neck. Biggest tip. I think when you have a really flawless base, then everything is gonna glide on so easy. It's gonna be really effortless. And for me, that's like the biggest thing. It always has been. I've always really focused on my base first. I'm not really super big on eyeshadows or like crazy contouring or anything. I just say, as long as I have a nice base, I feel happy and I'm good. So the next thing I'm going in with is a little bit of under eye concealer, and I don't do too much because my eyes crease pretty bad, but I do want to cancel out just a little bit of the darkness. So I use the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer. I've been using this since I first started wearing makeup in general. I think it's legit one of the best drugstore concealers for hiding blemishes, under eyes. I mean, this thing is amazing. If you haven't tried it before, I highly recommend. I've tried like a lot of, you know, higher end brand concealers and I like them, but I feel like this one, in my opinion, has just done me the best. So I'm just patting under the eye a little bit. Sometimes I use my fingers just to warm up the product, but today I'm just gonna use my beauty blender. Next is powder, and I don't really love putting powder on everywhere because I like a really dewy look, but I obviously like to set underneath my eyes, and then sometimes I set a little bit where I'll put my bronzer because I don't want the foundation to stick, but otherwise I try to keep everything pretty powder free. But I do want to give you guys a tip because this is something that really helped me when I was struggling with having a lot of acne. So if you have like a blemish or something, or if you have a pimple or anything like that, sometimes foundation just does not do the job. If you have like a really big blemish or something that's super red, and then when you put powder over it, you can still see through. So instead of setting it with a translucent powder, I actually like buying powder foundation. This is just, again, the Maybelline Fit Me. I literally just grabbed one from the drugstore that's supposed to be a powder foundation, one that has color on it, and find your shade, and then basically instead of setting it with a translucent powder, just put a tiny bit on top of the blemish after you've put on foundation, and the color of the powder tends to help. So if I ever have any blemishes on my face, I take a little brush like this, like super tiny, and basically I just swirl the brush and then I'll just apply it right on top. That way the blemish is set and it has a little bit of extra coverage because you're putting the powder foundation on it. That's just a tip from me, something that I used to do and I felt like really helped me cover up my acne. Instead of just putting on foundation, you're getting a little bit extra coverage. Sorry to go on the rant, but I am going to be setting my under eyes with this L'Oreal Infallible Pro Sweep and Lock. I'm not very picky with translucent powders, again, because I literally only set underneath my eyes. So to be honest, if I get sent a translucent powder, that's probably what I'm gonna use. So I'm just taking this and sweeping it underneath my eyes. I do put it on a little bit on my eyelids because I do get foundation up there and I want to set it before I put any sort of color on there. So I literally just take it and like go like this, not on the highlight, but where I would be putting the bronzer. That's literally all the powder I use, and I use the tiniest bit. I use whatever's in the cap. My brows, let's talk about them. I got them microbladed. If you don't know what microblading is, just Google it and you'll get a better explanation than probably I could ever give you, but I just got the tail ends microbladed, but since I've gotten them done, I actually haven't gotten my brows like shaped or waxed or anything. My skin is very, very sensitive to waxing and to threading, so I tend to break out. So I kind of try to wait as long as I can to do them because I just know that I'm gonna get a bunch of blemishes and like little bumps and stuff like that. So right now they're a bit crazy. I'm gonna be using the Precisely My Brow from Benefit, and this is amazing. This is really, really similar to the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz, but I really, really like this one. So for my brows, I really like the natural shape of them. So I honestly just brush them up. Sometimes I'll just brush out my brows, put a little bit of brow gel in it and call it a day. But if I want them a little bit more shaped, I just put any sort of color on the tail end just to kind of extend it and define it, but I really don't fill in the front of my brows. So that's literally all I did. I just extended it and added a little bit of color. And then sometimes what I'll do if I want to add a little bit more definition to the front is just add a little bit on the bottom, and then I take the spoolie and like brush up so that some of the brow pencil will like transfer, if that makes any sense. If your brows don't look exactly alike, it's okay. If I'm being completely honest, I spend a lot more time on this side of my brow because that's like the side that I like to pose on. So as long as this brow is looking good, I'm like, whatever. But I just go in and take a little bit of brow gel. This is Gimme Brow by Benefit. I honestly think Benefit has the best brow products in my opinion. Now moving on to eyes, I really don't do anything crazy. I just take my bronzer. This is the Hoola bronzer by Benefit, and all I do is I swipe it in the crease and just blend it out. That's literally all that I do for eyeshadow. I used to put a little bit of glimmer in the front, but as I've been doing more makeup, I just get lazier and lazier, so I'm not doing that. I also like to contour my nose, which is something that I never really did before, but I kind of started it a few months ago and I really like it. So I take the same brush, because I only use bronzer, and I take the same Hoola bronzer and I just go on the outside of my nose and I just kind of lightly contour it. I don't know what got me into doing this or how I like learned to do this, because when I was younger and I was starting out with makeup, I would try to contour my nose all the time and it would look so bad. But I kind of figured out how I like it, and I feel like in photos it makes my nose look a little bit smaller when I'm straight on. So I just kind of started doing it and I really like it. And then I also go a little bit underneath my lip, which that's a trick. If you want to have bigger looking lips, you kind of contour like a little bit underneath, just so it creates that shadow. Now we're gonna go on to a little bit of bronzing. So I take the Hoola bronzer. This is the best bronzer. So I'm taking this on a fluffy brush and I just kind of apply it. I don't know, I just kind of like sweep it everywhere. I love a lot of bronzer. I think that it looks really good. And especially when you have more natural makeup and you're not doing a heavy eye, having a really glowy and just dewy bronzy look, I think is pretty awesome. So I like to put a lot of it on my forehead just to kind of add to the glow. There's not a lot on the brush now because I've pretty much dusted it all on my cheeks and forehead, but when I am done, I like to just run it across my nose area to make it look a little bit sun-kissed. And I also do that with a little bit of blush. Next is blush, and this has been my holy grail blush palette for so long. It's like falling apart because I've had it and thrown it around so much. But it has just a bunch of really cool blush colors, and I kind of mix a few of them together. Today I'm gonna go for this one and the orangey one. And again, I like swipe it across the nose just so it looks like I got naturally sun-kissed. And I'm a blush fiend. I know not everybody likes a lot of blush. I personally do like a lot of blush. I feel like it just makes me look more alive and awake. So you don't have to add blush if you don't want to, but I definitely do. So for mascaras, I like very, very natural looking mascara. I don't like anything that's like super bold or super clumpy, because naturally I have very, very light eyelashes. So I feel like when it's like very, very dark and clumpy, it looks like I'm wearing a ton of makeup, which I don't like that look. So I wanted to show you two of my favorites. This one is the Covergirl Flourish by Lash Blast. And I really like this one. It's very, very natural. This one is not waterproof, so that's the one I'm gonna use today. And then this one is an all-time favorite. It's the Benefit Roller Lash, and this one is waterproof. So I don't wanna wear this. Usually I do wear waterproof if I'm going out for a full day, but I really don't know what my plans are today. So if I end up working out later and like wanna take off my makeup, I just want it to be easy and I can wipe it off. So I'm gonna be using this. Before I do that, I always, always, always curl my lashes. It makes the biggest difference. So I don't know if you can see the difference, but it's just very, very natural lashes, nothing really clumpy, just very wispy, long lashes that look like your own. For the bottom of my lashes, sometimes I add mascara, sometimes I don't, and if I don't, then I try to add a little bit of definition. So this is the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Eye Pencil, and I just literally swipe, and then I kind of like smudge it on, so it gives me a little bit of definition, but it's not super, super dark. Now I just have a little bit of definition underneath my eyes. So for lips, I'm gonna be starting out with this NYX Lip Pencil in the color Natural, and I like to get a color that's pretty close to my natural lip shade, maybe a little bit darker, and I just define the outer part of it. And key tip, if you want to have bigger lips, just overline a little bit on the bottom to make your lip look a little bit more pouty, and you're good to go. Since I have Aquaphor on, it's not coming off as harsh as if you had like a super, super dry lip. Some people put on foundation before they put on any sort of lip product, and that can really intensify the color of your lip liner, which is great. And sometimes I love doing that, but for a more natural look, I don't want super, super intense lips. So because I have Aquaphor on, it lined them, but like not overly crazy. This is probably one of my favorite lip glosses I've ever tried. It's from L'Oreal, and it's the Havana Lip Dew by Camila Cabello, and it smells like pancakes. Lastly, for highlighter, I use the Glow Kit from Anastasia. This is the Sun Dipped palette, and I also have the Gleam palette, and I actually mixed, I think these two are from the Gleam, and these two are from the Sun Dip. I legit take all of them, and I take it on this little Sephora highlighting brush, and I just apply it to the high points of my cheek. I apply a little bit on my nose, a little bit above my brows. So this is the final look, and I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm absolutely obsessed with this type of makeup routine, something that's really natural and glowy. Looks like you didn't put a lot of effort into it, and it's just kind of like enhancing what you already have, which is the best. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I think it's super, super cute. And if you guys ever recreate looks or try any of the products that I tell you, let me know, and let me know how you like them. Please don't forget to subscribe and join our little family that we have on here. I'm obsessed with all of you guys, and you're amazing and so supportive of me, and I just want to say I love you so much and thank you. Comment down below letting me know what you guys want to see next. I'm always reading comments and trying to get inspiration of what you guys want to see. And I have a ton of really, really exciting stuff coming up, which I can't wait to share with you guys in the vlogs and more videos to come. So stay tuned. I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys.